Have you ever felt exhausted because of relationships that bring only negativity into your life? Moments when you try to explain yourself, please everyone, but are met with judgment or words that make you doubt your own worth. You grow tired of endless arguments and the silent pressure to live up to other people's expectations. In those moments, have you ever wondered if there's a way to break free without causing more pain? Stoicism, with its calm wisdom and profound clarity, offers a path forward without conflict, without justifications. You can protect your inner peace simply by staying silent and moving on. This is not a sign of weakness but a deep strength, the power to focus on your own journey and leave behind what no longer serves you. I've been where you are. I've faced these struggles and learned valuable lessons through the philosophy of Stoicism. In this content, I'll share everything I've learned, with insights shaped by reason and experience. So stay with me and don't miss a single detail. What you discover here today might forever change the way you view life. Number 1. Eliminate negative energy from your life. There are moments when we are forced to confront relationships or situations that weigh on our hearts, disturbing the fragile peace we so value. They could be harsh words, selfish actions, or the constant presence of people who bring an endless stream of negativity. In these situations, you may feel trapped in a whirlwind of anger, frustration, or even helplessness. However, Stoicism gently reminds us that reacting is not always the answer. Instead of responding with anger or trying to change what is unchangeable, choose silence. Step away. Give yourself the freedom to breathe more freely. This is not an act of escape, but a deliberate choice to protect the deep well of peace within your soul, preserve positivity, and achieve the balance you truly deserve. The first step on this journey is to decisively eliminate the negative energy from your life. Eliminating negativity is not an act of cruelty or indifference. On the contrary, it is a conscious decision to protect your inner tranquility and focus on what truly adds value to your life. Stoicism teaches us that peace of mind is the most precious possession we can have, and only we have the power to determine how to maintain it. Removing toxicity from your life does not only mean avoiding people who bring you down. It is a process of self-awareness, recognizing the value of serenity, and prioritizing your mental well-being. Consider the following scenario. Sarah, a young woman full of energy, has Emma as her best friend from school. However, instead of sharing joy and mutual support, Emma is constantly jealous, critical, and compares herself to Sarah. Over time, Emma's harsh words become an invisible burden, leaving Sarah exhausted after each interaction. The question is, should Sarah maintain the friendship just because of their shared history, or should she step away to protect her peace? Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Indeed, we cannot change how others behave, but we can choose how to respond. Persisting in the face of negative energy is like voluntarily entering a cycle of exhaustion and despair. When we think about ending a relationship, many are concerned about the pain they might cause or the guilt of abandoning a long-time connection. But letting go is not an act of hate. Sarah did not confront Emma with accusations or painful words. Instead, she chose to gradually step away, leaving Emma's life without the need for explanations. She understood that sometimes, growth requires silence, the strongest response of all. Seneca wisely observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The fear of what might happen when ending a relationship often exists only in our minds. In reality, when you choose to protect yourself decisively, relief quickly replaces unnecessary anxiety. Imagine Daniel, a young entrepreneur who is constantly exploited by his business partner. This partner borrows money, demands favors, but never reciprocates. After numerous commitments, Daniel realizes he is wasting his precious time and energy on a relationship that no longer benefits him. Without confrontations or explanations, he simply steps away, focuses on his work, and seeks meaningful connections. Ending a relationship silently is not abandonment. It is a declaration that you deserve peace. You do not need arguments, dramas, or confrontations. Leaving quietly, without words or conflict, is the final act of respect you can give to yourself and to the other person. As Epictetus taught, if someone can provoke you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. Do not let your mind be dragged into someone else's negativity. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is remain silent. Of course, guilt is a natural feeling, especially when it involves someone who has been close. But it is essential to remember that attachment does not always mean value. Just because someone walked beside you in one chapter of your life, it does not mean they are destined to remain in all chapters. Marcus Aurelius emphasized, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." If someone constantly plants seeds of negativity, your happiness will inevitably suffer. Ask yourself, am I truly happy around this person? If the answer is no, then leaving is an act of self-love. Stoicism reminds us to focus on what we can control. You cannot change someone else's behavior, but you can decide how to respond. When facing negative energy, observe, evaluate, and act decisively. Ask, where does this negative energy come from? Does this person frequently criticize, spread negativity, or hurt me? A clear awareness allows you to honestly assess the value of that relationship. If it no longer contributes to your growth or peace, it is time to consider letting it go, not out of judgment or resentment, but as a way to protect your energy and spirit. Leaving is not coldness or selfishness. It is a choice to move forward without unnecessary burdens. It is asserting that you deserve something better. Remember, your journey does not require anyone's approval, and you have every right to decide who walks with you on that path. Number 2. Be brave and prioritize yourself. When you begin to remove negative energy from your life, an undeniable truth arises. Not every relationship or situation can be resolved with words. Sometimes, the best way to protect your inner peace is through silence and a discreet distance. Breaking ties in silence is not a sign of weakness or escape, but a demonstration of strength, the strength of a mind that has learned to master itself. By choosing not to react to negativity, you send a powerful message. You are focused on yourself, rather than being dragged into unnecessary chaos. In this process, you realize that prioritizing yourself does not require explanations or approval from others. Silence often can be the greatest liberation, not for others, but for you. This is the next crucial step in your journey, the courage to put yourself first. Having the courage to prioritize yourself is not an easy choice, but it is necessary to move forward and live aligned with your values. There will be times when you face the difficult decision of whether to maintain relationships that no longer serve you or let them go to create space for your growth. In these moments, doubt, fear, and loneliness may overwhelm you. You may ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I being selfish by putting myself first? Remember, taking care of yourself is never selfish. It is the deepest act of self-love and the foundation on which you can build the life you want. Imagine someone stuck in a toxic relationship, facing daily conflicts and feeling devalued by the words and actions of their partner. This person recognizes the problems but hesitates to leave, fearing loneliness and judgment from others. Does this story sound familiar? Many of us have lived through this internal conflict, the desire for change versus the fear of the unknown. However, holding on to what no longer serves your growth is rejecting the opportunity to live a fuller and more meaningful life. Some confuse prioritizing oneself with abandoning others. In fact, it is an essential form of self-care that enables you to achieve greater goals. Think of yourself as a candle. If you keep burning brightly for everyone around you without recharging your energy, the candle will eventually burn out. How can you keep spreading light if you have nothing left to give? Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote reminds us that, although we cannot control external events, we have full control over our reactions. Sometimes, silence is the most powerful answer. When you step away in silence, without arguments or accusations, you are choosing peace over unnecessary conflict. Silence is not weakness. It is a manifestation of maturity and self-control. It is how you tell the world that you understand your value and do not need to prove it to anyone. Consider a work environment that wears you down daily with destructive criticism or irrational demands. You know the job is no longer aligned with your values, but hesitate to leave, perhaps fearing instability or judgment from others for quitting. Then one day, you send a brief and direct resignation letter, stepping away silently, without regrets. This act is not weakness, but a powerful statement of self-respect and a decision to prioritize your well-being over resistance. That silence speaks louder than 1,000 words. It says you deserve something better. But is leaving easy? The answer is undoubtedly no. Choosing yourself can bring insecurity. You might feel isolated and question your choices. However, remember that loneliness is not your enemy. In moments of silence, you will discover your inner strength. Visualize your life as a garden. If you allow weeds to grow unchecked, they will take over, stealing the space and nutrients needed for beautiful flowers to thrive. Removing what no longer serves you, even if painful, is the only way to let your garden flourish. By cutting negative influences, you not only protect your peace but also create space for positivity and growth. Your journey is unique, and not everyone will understand it. When you choose to prioritize yourself, there will be judgments and disagreements from others. But remember, you are not here to please everyone, but to become the best version of yourself. Ask yourself, am I willing to endure exhaustion and unhappiness just to meet others' expectations? Or will I find the courage to walk away, even if it means walking alone? Silence is not an end. It is a beginning. It is a declaration that you have chosen yourself and are ready for a new path. By removing what no longer serves you, you not only free yourself from negative energy, but also pave the way for new opportunities and personal development. The courage to prioritize yourself is not selfishness. It is a gift you give to yourself. It is the gift of freedom, peace, and a life worth living. Remember, you are not alone. The Stoics left us timeless lessons to guide us. Above all, you have the strength within you to master your life, no matter what lies ahead. Comment below, I put myself first. This is not just a simple phrase. It is a statement that you are taking control of your life. When you choose to act in silence, without seeking approval or explanations, you not only demonstrate your inner strength but also prove that you recognize your own worth, without needing anyone's validation. Now, let's move on to the next lesson. Number 3. Let go of what no longer serves you. Having the courage to prioritize yourself is the turning point in rediscovering who you truly are amid the noise of life. However, living in alignment with this value requires facing an even greater challenge: letting go of what no longer serves you. It is not just about choosing yourself over others, but freeing your mind and emotions from relationships or situations that make you feel trapped. Letting go does not necessarily arise from anger or regret, but from a deep love for yourself. When you recognize that something no longer supports your growth, insisting on holding on only prolongs the pain. Now is the time to embark on a journey toward freedom, stepping away in silence to preserve your peace and make space for better things. We often cling to the familiar as a way to seek security, even when it no longer holds any real value. Beautiful memories or roles that were once important can make us hesitate to let go. But holding on to the shards of a broken glass, just to remember it was once perfect, only ends up hurting us. Similarly, maintaining toxic relationships or staying in unsuitable situations not only drains your energy but corrodes your peace, joy, and self-esteem day after day. These wounds may not be visible, but they are deep, destroying you from within until the day you realize you've lost yourself in things you should have left behind. Letting go is not an act of coldness or indifference, but an honest recognition that what once mattered is no longer aligned with who you are today. Imagine yourself walking the journey of life, carrying a backpack full of memories, relationships, and expectations. At first, the weight seems light, but over time, it becomes unbearable with unnecessary things you insist on carrying. How can you continue your journey if you're not willing to put the backpack down and only carry what truly matters? Epictetus reminds us, keep your attention focused entirely on what is truly your concern, and understand that what belongs to others is not your business. This teaching shows us that distancing ourselves from someone doesn't mean abandoning our feelings for them, but protecting the sanctuary of our soul. You can love someone from a distance, wish them well, and still not allow them to disturb the peace you are carefully building. Consider the relationships in your life as anchors. Some keep you steady through storms, but others drag you into the depths of exhaustion and negativity. Are you willing to release those anchors? A young woman shared the story of a toxic relationship with an ex-partner who constantly manipulated her emotions. Despite this, she insisted on staying in the relationship, hoping he would change. Letting go was a painful decision, but by doing so, she regained her freedom and made space for someone who truly valued her. Sometimes, letting go is not a loss but an opportunity to discover something better. Letting go is also a form of healing. By distancing yourself from what no longer aligns with you, you not only free your mind, but you also create space for positivity and meaning to enter your life. A man once told the story of his decision to end a partnership with a longtime colleague who frequently caused conflicts. Initially, he feared regret, but by taking that step, he found peace of mind that was worth more than any professional connection. Only by letting go was he able to form a new team, achieving exceptional growth and success. Silence is one of the most powerful actions we can take, although many avoid using it. It is neither loud nor flashy, but it holds enough strength to restore balance to your soul. Perhaps you know someone who constantly provokes or drags you into pointless arguments. In moments like this, the most remarkable thing you can do is remain silent and step out of that toxic cycle. As Seneca said, "If a man does not know to which port he is sailing, no wind is favorable." Do not waste your precious energy on things that do not take you to a port of peace. Ask yourself, is there something in your life holding you back? A relationship, an old expectation, or a job that no longer serves you? What would happen if you dared to let it go? Choosing not to react, not to argue, but simply to step away in silence is how you preserve your peace. By letting go, you are not abandoning yourself, but moving closer to the best version of who you are meant to be. Remember that you deserve a life full of peace, meaning, and infinite opportunities for growth. What you release today is not the end, but the beginning of something greater. Trust that, on this journey, you will find the true tranquility you seek. If you're still here, I want to congratulate you. It shows that you're not just listening, but also committed to change. This is not an easy journey. Most people would have given up by now, but you haven't. You're seeking clarity and inner strength, and that makes all the difference. Stay with me because what we're discovering is not just a simple solution, but a complete strategy for breaking free from what no longer serves you, in a silent yet profoundly empowering way. This journey does not end here, and rewards will come to those who have the patience to see it through to the end. Let's move forward together to the next lesson, a lesson that will help you build inner freedom and stronger emotional resilience. This is not just about letting go, but about reinforcing personal boundaries, a crucial element to protect your energy and peace of mind. You will learn to distance yourself from toxicity in a silent but firm way, without the need for arguments or explanations. This is not escape, but a conscious and powerful act, like a ship choosing to anchor in calm waters instead of being dragged by a storm. Let's continue exploring how to strengthen your mind against any storm that may come your way. Number 4. Protect your energy with clear boundaries. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you create space for peace and positive energy. However, this newfound freedom will not last if you do not learn to protect it. Peace is like a garden. You can pull out the weeds, but if you don't build a fence to prevent new invasions, unwanted things will soon find their way back. This is where clear boundaries come in. They are not there to push others away, but to preserve your energy, keeping it pure and intact. Protecting your peace is as important as finding it. Inner peace is a precious gift, and learning to defend it is a skill we must master in a world full of noise and chaos. Setting clear boundaries is not only an act of self-love, but also a wise choice to maintain your positive energy. Seneca wisely reminds us, associate with people who have the potential to improve you. This timeless advice echoes through the ages, reinforcing that we have both the right and responsibility to choose our company carefully, guiding our lives toward a brighter future. Boundaries in relationships are like an invisible fence around your peace and energy. They are not about rejection or pushing people away, but about protecting yourself from everything that no longer aligns with your journey. Think of the times you felt exhausted after a conversation, not because the other person was bad, but because their energy was incompatible with yours. Small criticisms, careless comments, or a lack of trust can act like waves that slowly erode your peace. And if you don't set boundaries, these waves will eventually pull you under. Why choose silence? Because silence has a much greater power than one might imagine. Silence is not escape or fear, it is a way to focus on what truly matters. When you step away without saying a word, without justifying yourself, you send a much stronger message than any speech. I choose peace. Imagine yourself in the middle of a heated discussion where the words escalate the tension. If you opt for silence and walk away, not only do you preserve your energy, but you also make it clear to the other person that you refuse to be dragged into negativity. In that moment, silence is not weakness, but a profound demonstration of inner strength. One of the greatest challenges in setting boundaries is applying them to people you love or have known for a long time. These people may not necessarily be bad, but their energy may no longer align with yours. Imagine that you are pursuing a dream or an important goal, something you believe can transform your life. However, those around you do not understand your vision, doubt you, and even unintentionally, end up holding you back. This doesn't mean they don't love you, it just means they cannot see the world through your perspective. In these moments, the best thing you can do is step away. Not with drama or anger, but with respect and silence. This silence is not an end, but a new beginning. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you create space for better things in your life. You realize that not everyone will understand or stand by your side forever, and that's okay. Life is a journey, and each person plays a role for a season. Stepping away is not rejecting or punishing others. It is honoring yourself, the only person who will be with you every step of the way. Ask yourself, what truly brings me peace? Which people and relationships nourish me and allow me to be my authentic self? When you answer these questions honestly, you realize that setting boundaries is not selfishness, but a deep act of self-love. By silently stepping away from what no longer aligns with you, you not only protect your energy but also send a powerful message to the world. You are ready to fly. Marcus Aurelius was right. True power lies in how you choose to respond to the world, not in how the world treats you. Value your peace. Protect it like a delicate flame in the middle of a storm. When you do this, nothing can shake you. And in the end, you, not the distractions or negativity, will emerge victorious. Before we move to the final lesson, I ask a small favor. If this content has inspired you or brought you joy, consider leaving a like and subscribing. This not only helps spread this positive message to more people, but also gives others the chance to embark on their own journey of self-discovery, just like you. Let's share this positive energy with those around us. Now let's move forward to the last lesson of today, a lesson that promises to bring a true sense of freedom and empowerment. Number 5. Your journey doesn't need their approval. In life, not everyone will understand the journey you are on. Some may not sympathize with your choices and may even feel uncomfortable with the changes you make. This discomfort doesn't stem from malice, but from the familiarity with a version of you they knew, a predictable, safe version aligned with their expectations. However, as you grow and begin to live according to your values and goals, you will realize that not everyone is meant to walk beside you on this new path. This is a central lesson of Stoicism. Focus on what you can control and let go of what is beyond your power. As Epictetus reminds us, don't explain your philosophy, live it. The journey of change is never easy. When you begin to grow and decide to live for yourself, instead of pleasing others, you will inevitably face skeptical looks, criticism, or even distancing from people who were once close. At times, loneliness can be overwhelming, making you question if you're on the right path. But remember, letting go is not an act of selfishness, it is a deep act of self-respect. Relationships, like a garden, need care. If you allow weeds to grow unchecked, they will suffocate the most beautiful flowers. In this metaphor, the weeds represent people or situations that drain your energy and hinder your progress. Let me share a personal experience. I had a close friend with whom I shared almost everything. However, over time, I realized that after every conversation, instead of feeling motivated, I felt overwhelmed. His comments, even if unintentional, often made me doubt my worth and my efforts. At first, I thought I was being too sensitive, convincing myself that he only wanted the best for me. But over time, the weight became unbearable. I noticed that every time we met, I left with a heavier heart, questioning myself, instead of feeling supported or encouraged. That's when I began to ask myself, is this a relationship I really need to maintain? Instead of confronting him or arguing, I chose silence. Gradually, I reduced our meetings and stopped trying to please or explain my changes. When he showed discomfort with my evolution, I decided to focus on myself and the things that made me happy. At first, I felt guilty. I spent sleepless nights wondering if I was being selfish or destroying an important friendship. But eventually, I understood that sometimes, stepping away from those who are no longer aligned with your path is the only way to preserve your peace. Today, I have no regrets. The time I invested in myself allowed me to grow and connect with people who bring positive energy into my life. I realized that choosing to let go doesn't mean stopping caring, but loving yourself enough to not allow others to harm you anymore. Maybe you've experienced something similar. When changing jobs to follow your passion or setting clear boundaries in your relationships, you faced resistance. Some people may call you selfish, different, or even disloyal. But think about what Marcus Aurelius wrote. It never ceases to amaze me that we love ourselves more than others, yet care more about their opinions than our own. This reminds us that our worth does not depend on others' approval, but on how we see and protect ourselves. Stepping away in silence is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it is a demonstration of strength. Silence requires calm and courage to reject what no longer serves your journey. Ask yourself, are the people around me helping me move forward, or are they holding me back? Do they truly support me, or do they drain my energy? If the answers are negative, maybe it's time to take a stand and protect your peace. Those who truly care about you will understand and respect your decision, even if it means stepping away. They won't be hurt by the boundaries you set because they want what's best for you. And if they don't accept it, understand that not everyone deserves a permanent place in your life. Your journey doesn't need anyone's approval because only you hold the map to your final destination. By letting go in silence, you create space for beautiful things to bloom in your life. Not only do you choose to live authentically, but you also align yourself with positive energies, allowing the garden within you to grow and flourish. In this way, you will realize that choosing yourself was never the wrong decision. We've just explored 5 ways to protect your peace by opting for silence and moving forward, inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. These methods are not just about letting go of toxic relationships, but about creating space for your growth and focusing on what truly matters in your life. Remember, choosing not to react is not a sign of weakness, but a profound expression of inner strength, a strength that allows you to release and move forward with calm and control. When you choose silence and step away from what no longer serves you, you are not just protecting yourself, but affirming your worth. Let your stillness speak for you. You deserve the peace and growth you seek. This path may not be easy, but it will lead you to a life of authenticity and fulfillment. If you found this content helpful but haven't left a like yet, now is the perfect time. Not only does this support me, but it also helps this message reach more people who need it. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below and send this content to your loved ones who may benefit from it. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's much more inspiring content coming your way. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next video.